Well, let's talk about this new action figure that you got. We haven't actually heard a Jimmy Mack action figure review.
Okay.
It's been a while, and this was a figure that I really wanted to get myself.
I've wanted this my whole life.
But this is very cool. So this is I want to make sure we get you on camera here. Check this out. So this would kind of fall in line with the sort of a retro vintage. Well, not truly retro vintage because it's a modern take on a vintage figure. The DROIDS line of action figures that came at the tail end of Kenner's reign as it put out the Star Wars figures. Check this out. They've become very sought after, those original vintage droids and Ewoks figures. And so what Hasbro has done is done a sort of a throwback where they've given you modern articulation and sort of a modern sculpt, but on a vintage droids card. And it even comes with the collector's coin, which was a big deal in that initial Power of the Force era and the droids and Ewoks era. I believe this is, was this a Walmart exclusive, Jim? What was this?
I think a Target exclusive. I ordered it on Target.
And you had to, man, you must have jumped on very quickly because I tried getting one of these and they were sold out by the time I clicked through.
This is a line to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm. Star Wars droids, action figure, C-3PO from the animated show from the mid-'80s, along with, as Jason said, the coin. And I got, delivered from Target in pretty damn good shape. The card has no obvious creases on it. The corners are decent. I ordered 2 of them. Both of them turned out the same way. Here is the loose action figure.
Oh, wow. Now, it's pretty rare that Jimmy Mack, as a loose collector, orders or buys 2 so he can keep one on the card. Was it that vintage card that really, he said,
yes, I just like the packaging. I think it looks cool. It brings back a lot of memories of me seeing this action figure on the pegs back in the 80s for $2.25 and passing up on it every time.
Yeah.
So this is kind of, one of those wish list kind of things.
I remember seeing the Ewoks and droids figures hanging on the pegs at KB Toys in my local mall and thinking, But wow, check it out. So what are your thoughts on this? Because it's not a true retro vintage like they've done with Star Wars and Empire, where they're basically re-releasing sort of new pressings, I guess you might call it, of the original molds, and then even sculpting some in that vintage style. This is a modern take on a vintage look, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a repaint of a 2010 C-3PO action figure, the original, the very first C-3PO that they brought back for the vintage collection. It was like the 7th figure released in the vintage collection line back in 2010. So they simply repainted it and kept in a lot of the play value where you can remove the panels from him.
Okay, so the faceplate is coming off, revealing that he's naked, but he's got the coloring, so he's not gold. He's that more muted yellow, like in the animated, like the original animated figure. Look at that. Okay, I see. Wow, this is a straight up repaint of that that vintage 3PO where you can actually kind of reveal his under stuff.
Here's something annoying. He has this back panel, and for some weird reason the panel comes loose, and it just comes loose so easily that this will be lost. Definitely this will be lost
in the
I
carpet.
guess it's supposed to replicate Chewie working on 3PO when he's in Cloud City. Chewie's kind of adjusting that bit, but I mean, it really is one of those Hasbro design features that really make you scratch your head.
Boy,
so there it's
is it a bug or is it a feature? You wonder.
So it's a neat figure. It's popping up here and there online. The pre-sale sold out really fast, but I was able to get in a couple orders, and it's been popping up again.
Yeah.
Now that it's out there.
So maybe I should be checking out Target.com. I definitely want this. I wish they would have put out R2 to go along with him.
They did. And
they did.
Fett. Yes. Yes. Now, here's something neat. This is...
Oh, now you got side by side.
Wait, this is a remake of the original Droids figure from the 80s. This is sold online by a guy named Stan Solo.
Yeah.
And this just showed up in my mailbox today, as a matter of fact. And you can see there's a huge size difference between the vintage style and the newer style.
Now, I'm shocked looking at this because I didn't realize, Jim, that the actual vintage 3PO from the Droids line is a repaint of the same mold. I thought it was a resculpt and a retool. No. It's not. It's a repaint.
And then back in the 90s, I made a custom.
Oh my gosh, get out of here.
I wanted the figure so badly. I made this custom. I painted a Power of the Force 2 3PO with acrylic paint, and it holds up pretty well.
No, it does a nice job. Yeah,
you know,
does a real nice job. Boy, do you have dreams where you're going back and buying that action figure when you saw it on the pegs back in the 80s?
No, when I have those dreams, they're usually I'm scoring action figures that were never produced. You know?
Oh, I see. Okay.
So like they're insane, like the R1 droid and things like that. But there they are, the three. So I think cool. If my video holds up, we'll post this video on the Facebook or YouTube or wherever, and then you guys can see this review.
I mean, the custom blows me away. I just can't believe that that was such a figure that you wanted, that you had to make
I wanted it
version. Yeah.
And it seemed unattainable, and so I just painted it up. I probably painted about 100 custom figures back in the day when it was a hobby of mine, and I still fall back to that from time to time.
Now, did you pick up the R2 and the 3PO from the Droids? Or sorry, the R2 and the Boba Fett?
I have yet to be able to get the Boba Fett as a pre-order, but I am waiting for the R2.
Oh, so the R2 is coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember right, the R2 in the vintage Droids line is a repaint, but he's got a different sticker on the body to make him look like the animated R2, and I don't think he has a metallic dome. I think to give him that more matte animated look, he has it's like a white dome, I think, right?
Yeah, to give him a more more animated, crudely animated appearance. But I think it's a great action figure. I think the card art is really good, and I think even once you open it up, I find that the coin that it comes with is really nice.
Is it the same coin, Jim, as the vintage?
Well, it's the same style, but you know what? This thing has a little more substance to it. It's
same artwork, though?
Yes.
Same art. Okay.
Yes, if you can see it, it's kind of hard to reflections.
Right. Okay, so that is the same. And the droids, because I remember the Power of the Force coins being silver. And were the droids coins gold?
Yes.
In the vintage line.
It just feels like this one is just a little more substantial. It has more weight to it. It has more metallic quality. It doesn't feel so much like cheap tin. So that's good stuff. I recommend seeking out the C-3PO, Hasbro, Kenner Droids tributes.
Lord knows if these will actually make the pegs at Target. I mean, I got to tell you, lately I've been so, these the releases of these 2-packs, these Grogu with Ahsoka, Grogu with Mando. They're Walmart exclusives. They were up and down. I mean, so they'll say, Hasbro will say on one of their, Fan Fridays or whatever the hell they call them, this is going to be available at Walmart on such and such a day, but they don't tell you what time. In Walmart, they don't care because, I mean, they're busy selling refrigerators and microwaves. They don't care about their $12 action figure or whatever. So it just goes up whenever. And if you're not on
Yeah.
Instagram in that exact moment or on yakface.com in that exact moment, you don't know. You go there 10 minutes later, and it's already sold out. Gone.
Yeah. It's brutal. It's brutal.
Just, I mean, well,
If they're going to take pre-orders for something that you have to wait half a year for, fill up those pre-orders. Then you know how much to produce. Then you don't sell out the pre-orders in 2 minutes, because then you've already boxed yourself in. Why do that? Why do that?
It makes me crazy. It makes me absolutely nuts.